In this video, we will build an AI SaaS using Bolt.new. We will start off with building a landing page, proper authentication, app dashboard, complete backend setup, even the Stripe integration. This is a proper landing page with all the headers, footers, all the features, all the social proof, the pricing, monthly plans, annual plans. You might think these doesn't work, but you can integrate your Stripe as well. If you scroll down, if you create a pricing table on your Stripe, you can indeed subscribe with all the info that you've seen earlier. If I enter some test, this is in test mode actually. So if I enter my test card info here, they would even let me sign up. Once I sign up, I'll be redirected to register my account, and then I can log in, I can register. And I will also discuss how to integrate your GitHub and external access and stuff. We'd be using Supabase for that. And if you go back to our presentation, we talked about landing page, the features, the pricing, the access terminal, this beautiful looking authentication. And once you're in the dashboard, you can integrate any AI you want. You can integrate a chatbot on a VectorShift. You can integrate a Synthflow voice assistant. And shout out to Brock Messerich. This video is inspired by his video, an AI SaaS video that he did using Synthflow and Bolt.new. And I thought if I build upon what he has done and integrate with Supabase to provide proper authentication and proper saving nodes, and show you how to integrate Stripe as well, I thought it would be super valuable. So you can integrate any app you want. It doesn't even have to have the reason you're seeing a Vapi assistant here. It is because I have embedded an actual link, an actual web page, instead of using proper embed code and stuff. That is not always the best practice, but it works. And I did that to show you how to achieve that functionality. And we used Supabase for database and authentication. And it is indeed true. Built in a weekend, scale to millions. So I will also show you how I generate prompts, the prompts that I have used, all the stuff. And this is not the final version. We will be updating as we go. And if you want this guide, it is available in the first or second link in the description in my free school community. You can join and download this and a lot more stuff that I have in there. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's go to Bolt.new. And for the first prompt, to show you, because I also did a 3-hour long course on Bolt.new, and most people were asking, yes, your prompts are great and it's working. How did you even come up with that? Do I have to write every single line myself? So I wanted to show you how I would generate my prompts so that it would be helpful, even if you are not building this app. If you are interested in building something completely different from mine, then it will be helpful, right? To get an insight into how I would do stuff. So if I like a terminal, if I like any UI, I would just screenshot that. And I say, can you describe this image, please? The sign up screen also has GitHub and Google options, and the buttons feature hover animations, output and code block. I take this prompt to I either use Claude or I use ChatGPT, it doesn't matter. And once I ask the description of it, it will give me the whole thing. And I will add both image and text and bring it back to Bolt to get it done. So we are not just giving an image as an inspiration to go off of. We are also explaining what we need. And this approach has been more powerful and got me consistent results. And as you can see, one other prompt is, please provide, if you don't have an inspiration and if you just want to go by what the large language model would suggest. I would say something along the lines of, please provide a prompt for an AI app developer. This prompt will be used to create an attractive world-class landing page for an AI SaaS application. Again, output in code block, so easier to copy. When I say something like that, it would give me, a really, really long prompt. And chances are Bolt will ignore some of this stuff. So I didn't want that to happen. I said, make the prompt half the size, please. And it will cut the, prompt in half. And the length is good. Make this landing page for ultimate AI assistant, please rewrite. So that would, use keywords related to an AI SaaS. Obviously, you'll have to, if you have your own copy, you should have your own copy. But if you don't, might be a better approach, but as a placeholder when you're demoing a client or something. But still, if you have your copy, then that's even great. And that is how I come up with my prompts. I won't be doing that now. That is what the research prompts are for. So first prompt, I am using something like this. I am creating a modern AI SaaS application with multiple pages, including landing page, authentication, interactive dashboard. Please maintain consistent, the branding, etc. And we need, for authentication purposes, since I said we are using Supabase, you will need to create a Supabase project and copy your URL and API key. If you don't, you won't be able to use your app after your first prompt. You'll have to manually update stuff, and sometimes it won't create a .env file. So that's an extra 2 to 3 steps. I don't want to do that. So if you create a project and include your URL and API key here, it makes things a lot easier. So let's go to Supabase. If you need a link, it's here somewhere. Continue. Once you're in, if you don't have an account, it's so easy to create one. Once you log in, this is the dashboard that you would see. I will click on new project and I will click my organization name. And for project name, I would say AI SaaS demo. I think I already have an AI SaaS. So for strong password, just use something and create a new project. You can save it. Once you create the project, the home page or the page that you would see right after will have a URL and an API key. You need to copy that. I don't know why it's taking unusually longer. Just give it 1 second while we copy our prompt and paste it in. Let's copy our first prompt and paste it in Bolt so that we can also update our URL and the API key. So let's go back, see if it's done. Yes, it's done. Now this is the URL, project configuration. Copy this URL. I will delete this project once we are done with this tutorial, but best practice, you shouldn't share your API keys, even though it's public. You shouldn't be sharing this anywhere. Let's update the key. We have it. Color in mind. It helps if you add it. And I will also add an image so that it has something to go off of. The terminal that I was showing you earlier, we can use that. And if you want to use these yourself, you will have my guide. You can just copy the image or screenshot it or whatever and use it. So let's begin. And probably it will be using creating a React app in most cases. So again, if you haven't watched my Bolt course video, I always like to include this in my prompt. Let's create separate components for better organization and maintainability. When I do that, I save a lot of tokens when if we have to change, let's say simple example, if you don't like something you see in header, or you don't like something that you see on footer or authentication page or landing page in general, if you don't break up your app into components, it will be under one file, and each time you request a simple thing, it will rewrite the whole code again. In a sense, you are using a lot of tokens, yes, and there is a every time you do that, there is a really good chance that something would break, and I don't want that to happen. And we may not see landing page when this is done. There is an ongoing issue where Bolt sometimes ignores some of the parts of the prompt that you have. I don't know why this is empty, but let's a good practice. When you don't see something, sometimes it will ask, Bolt will be asking us, giving us some steps that we need to finish. I don't see that now, but always check before you prompt it for next steps. If it asks, for example, if you don't provide a Supabase key and a URL, it will ask, okay, to use this application, update these two, and then it will work, right? So right now I don't see that. Nice, it worked this time, and it fixed something. It navigated to auth, and as you can see, it did not generate a landing page and a dashboard. That's completely fine. We can fix that in future prompts. But for now, I just wanted to update colors and follow the referenced image. So this is a prompt, and this prompt is not available in my previous when I was building this. So I will obviously update the prompt that I'm using right now. So let me do that here so that you'll have added in code block, so it's easier to copy. Oh, okay, it's still updating. That's good. Once we have that, this is more close to what I was imagining. I like that. And now we can go to the next prompt that we have prepared, which is the landing page prompt. I've shown you how I have come up with this prompt. It's really easy, straightforward. So let's use the prompt that we have prepared for the landing page, and it will probably take a minute there to complete the whole thing. Now let's see what we can do. And in order to make authentication work, I will go to Supabase, and there are so this is the page this is the project that we created, right? In authentication, you need to click explore auth, and I need to go to providers, and this is the email provider that has been enabled, right? You need to go to, when I have this confirm email option, it is not it is giving me errors. It will not let me sign up, so I am turning this off for the time being, and once I know more info, I will update it in next videos, and why that's happening, what else we can do, all of that stuff. So let's go back to Bolt and see if it's finished with the creation. It's nice. It created featured chat, pricing card, all of the fun stuff. Okay, your brilliant AI partner for everything. Looks really nice. It is much different than what we had earlier. Nice. Ultimate AI free, 1 million. Nice. It also gave me testimonials, the pricing. Perfect. So when we have try this start free trial, it's not going anywhere. Okay, I know what to prompt. So I thought doing it using a prompt without connecting existing landing page to authentication is a bad idea. So what I would do now is let me go back to what I have prepared in terms of next prompt. I had okay, yes, I will update my own brand name. Before even this, I would say something like it should be add a professional footer, social media links and copyright information. Also update the landing page to its position, it as an ultimate AI assistant with compelling copy. So compelling copy, customer testimonials, social proof elements, it already exists, but it also should include a sign in button that is connected to authentication. So that's the extra prompt that I need to add. Let me go back to Bolt and use this prompt. So I included what I just said. Landing page should include a sign-in button connected to the authentication. Not worried too much about the grammar there, but let's see what happens. And it is creating a footer section, which I believe will look really nice, and it's a really cool addition if you want to replace this link with your own website, your own social media, your own you can do that. You can give Bolt, okay, this is the link to my Instagram, this is the link to my Facebook, this is to my YouTube, this is for a form. You can say all of that, or if you want to do this more manually, I would come here, and if you go to in the components, if you go to where is footer created, if you go to footer, link to this pound key, if you change that to about a section of your own page, it will update. To show you a quick example, I will do that real quick. growthcreators.ai is my website, and there is an about us page, right? If I copy this about us page and go back to Bolt.new, and if I paste it in here instead of the pound key, and I save it, and in the preview it should update. So AI growth creators, features, pricing, all of the good stuff. And okay, it's not, it is missing other stuff that's not good. But if you click about us section, it is now saying refuse to connect. But in a deployed, when we deploy this in an production, it will update. So okay, you can do the same thing for all of the others. And now we kind of have two choices. We can either go back or try and further fix this. And if I say sign in, it is giving me the terminal. That is perfect. Now, okay, what else do we got? Let's go back to, we missed also update the earning page with compelling copy. Let's say this. I shouldn't have deleted this previously. I had it there for a reason. And let's see. Once they update it, we should be seeing a much better version of what we've seen. So there is new icons, there is new blogs, line chat, there is testimonials. So it is, I believe, doing a really good job right now. And the thing with what we have, the chat widget, the demo chat.tsx, that is a really nice addition if you are indeed building a chat application. But if this is voice, obviously you'll have to try a different approach, add a video, include a video, demo video or something to of your AI agent actually interacting with people. So we are back with all the testimonials, all the features. And I am really liking this color, how everything looks, the hover animations and stuff. So this is perfect. This is really good. And we are okay. Let's go back to our Bolt and see. Let's build our dashboard after login. It should have two sections, AI Assistant and AI Notes. I will start off with the lazy way of doing things, and I will show the proper embedding way also. I will, okay, let's do two things. One is showing you a proper embedding, one for voice, and the other one is the lazy way, like I said. Let's copy this. Where did I get this URL from? This is the lazy way that I'm talking about. If you go to Vapi, where your assistant is, if you go to Vapi, you will, once you log in, this video is not about how to build AI assistants on Vapi. If you want that, I have a 3-hour tutorial on this channel. So if you do, please watch that. But the advantage of using Vapi is you can build this to the extreme, to your heart's content. Basically, what you can do is you can go as far as, in the advanced setting, you can have a server URL that will catch the end of the call reports, and each time it is done with the end of the call report, they can send it back to webhook response to the Supabase database that is saving all of this. And you can really build amazing products just using this. Yes, there needs to be, create one assistant for every user if you do go that route, or if you are using some kind of Airtable, there is a way to set the user email so that even though we are collecting all of the end of the call reports in one Airtable, there is still a distinction based on, filter all the reports, all the summaries based on their email address, based on an API key, whatever, and only display the summary that is for them, that is only the customers, if that makes sense. So we won't be covering that complex AI SaaS. I just want to show, if we built this assistant, or it doesn't need to be an existing one. It can be, a game NPC, let's say, and I want to create an assistant. And once I have that, let me see what the voice is, because this cost is super low. Instead of Cartesia, I want to use 11 Labs, and I updated the voice. And let me publish this. And we have an NPC voice, and it is a character of Elena, some crazy assistant here, right? So if we copy the demo link, this is the assistant demo link, and if we go to the demo, what we would see is this is the page that would be that we see, and this is a really good looking interface, right? So what I want to do now is just copy the URL that it's here, and we can go to Bolt, and we can ask, basically we can go to Bolt and basically say, what is the prompt that I have created? Let me go back to this. Copy, come back. I will paste it. I will replace my code, my link, with this. This is a super lazy way of doing things. If you want to embed the web page itself, this is what you do. It should have two sections. AI assistant have an embed. It should display contents of the page, and notes section should let user enter notes and save it to Supabase database. So once we see that, we will see an actual embed also. Don't worry. Okay, let's see what happens. It will create, so dashboard page, it is creating that. It's really simple. And now we have to do some things in terms of to make this work, to activate this database. We need to add some code, run some code in Supabase SQL editor. Don't let that intimidate you. It's super straightforward. You just ask Bolt, do I need to add something to my Supabase SQL editor? And it should probably give you what the next steps are. Let me sign in. When I say sign in, let me register first. We'll register, initialize registration. Okay, if this have worked, I should be in already. Let me see in authentication what's going on. If I have users, yeah, it is created just now. I should be in. It is not letting me in. Let's go back to Bolt.new. Refresh. Let me sign in with the exact. Okay. One of the two things might be happening because wait, I'll help you. Run command. Create a complete dashboard. I don't see a dashboard after authentication. Simple as that. Let's see what happens. Okay, now it's updating the dashboard access. So let's not waste too much time. We have, what else do we have? Do I need to add anything to my SQL editor in Supabase? This is for the notes section. Ideally, I should have done this as soon as we're done with this, but it doesn't go as planned, right? So let's see what happens. We should have a working dashboard. Oh, okay, it already signed me up. Okay, it right now it has error fetching nodes, right? I am liking the interface. I see the nav bar, I see the sign out button. This is good. So let's create notes table. It is giving me an SQL code to run. Copy this SQL and run it in your Supabase SQL editor. I will do that, just that. Copy this and go to your SQL editor. Make sure you're in the same project. I will paste it and I will hit run, and success, no rows, and notes table you can see here. If we go back to Bolt now, it should have updated. If we go to dashboard, we are not receiving an error that we've seen. Let's say hello. Let's see, this will be updated. Chances are awesome. It does. Okay, Vapi AI refused to connect. So this is good because this is happening because it will work. And this is because we haven't deployed the application yet. We are not seeing it. This is perfect. I mean, you can go ahead and start using it. Now, a couple of things before we go ahead and deploy this is we can update our, we have this application. We need a Stripe account. We need a way to collect payments. We need a way to, let people update, subscribe, do all those things, right? If you have that, it is a lot trickier than it sounds. This is the Stripe account that I have, and once you log into your Stripe account, once you create an account, this is what you would see, a new account, right? You need to toggle test mode on for this. I don't want you to trying this on an original account. I will copy this key, or you don't even have to worry about keys. If you don't have to integrate Stripe within the application. What I love about Stripe is you can create these products that you like. You can create links for each. For example, I want to create a $29 product also. Let's call it basic or something, and you can describe this. Give it a lot of description. Test. Yeah, let's stop with test. And recurring payment, you can do USD 29, like I said, 29, right? And we have monthly. We need to add a product, and the way that you have these products, right? If you want to add this to a pricing table, let's say there is something called pricing table, you need to click create pricing table, and it will let you add all of these products. I want to add basic to my list and add another add another product. It can be starter, and add another product, it can be pro. We have these three, right? If you want custom branding, you can do so too. I like black, and I use this neon blue kind of color that goes well with what I have. And I will continue, and this is the confirmation page. And for confirmation, I will, once the payment is done, I want to do something else. So do not show confirmation page. I want to include my own website once it's done. For example, I will usually this step comes after deployment. After, if you know which custom domain that you are going to use, I would probably go with that, right? For example, netlify.app. If I know that, let's say, so instead of tubular, all of this, or you can have that, right? You can create this instead, and this is a previous deployment of mine. So once someone pays for this, I want them to redirect to that page. And what I love about Stripe is you have these customer portals where they can update their own subscription. They can update their plan. For example, you get, for $29 plan, you only get voice, and you only get chat or voice. For 99 or 49, you get 2 instead of 1. So we can do all of that. I will finish it for now. And pricing table with 3 products. I will copy this embed code, and I will go to my Bolt, and I say I want you to update pricing with this embed. And what this does is it will replace what we have, the table we have, with the new pricing. And this is important because instead of manually linking, okay, $29 product, go here, $79 use this link, $49 use this link, that is too much. You can add multiple prices for each product. For example, if I edit this payment page and edit pricing table back, let's go back and include a free trial that is there, and include an option which, let's say 21, add 21 as a new price, flat rate. You can make it one-off, or this is more ideal for if you're doing an yearly rate or something, that you get 20% off, or whatever. There is a lot of functions, a lot of features that are available on Stripe. So let's go back to Bolt and see whether it updated. So if we go down again, it is saying it's not responding. It's refusing to connect. It will work. Let me show you. Open in Stackbliss, create a repo, and make this repo private. Create repo. There is a reason why I do this. When I first create a repository on my GitHub, it will help me in one of two things. It will help me update a code later. If I go to Netlify, it will help me use their visual editor. That's one. And it will also help me update any minimal code changes that I see. I will try to find something that I did just now. Yeah, awesome. And I will deploy this. This is to show you that it's working, that it's Stripe is working. Then the authentication is working, and then once we log in, we should be able to see the Vapi embed also. We should be able to see our old nodes, because the hello that we have added should be done by now. I don't know why it's taking longer. Site not have been deployed. Okay, cool. Uploaded, published, perfect. We have the site here, and obviously you can update all the buttons. You have the sign in and all of the fun stuff. Perfect. It's displaying perfectly. Let's see, this is the 29 one that we created. I will update the test info again and see how that is working. Subscribe. Yes, perfect. It obviously you'll have to use your new site, not the old site, to make this work, right? So let's go back to our original site and try and sign in and initialize login. Okay. So it is stupidity on my part for not having it tested. So let's sign out and sign in. I would say so initialize login. It was only working because we have logged in previously, so it should already have all the details, all the requirements from previous messages from us. So it is still possible to use simple sentences like this. The authentication screen is not working, and it should probably get it. But if it doesn't, we'll have to send in the message again. Let's see, everything is in order. Once we sign in, yes, we can see that, right? And once we log in, obviously we'll see this Vapi.ai refused to connect, and we see the hello that we have sent. Test. So in the next one, we should be able to see. I don't want to make this video unusually longer, so if you are wondering about how I am coming up with these embed codes and how you build an assistant on, for example, let's say Vapi, or I will, in the next section, we will embed a chat widget. I'd be using VectorShift for that. I have already made tutorials. You can just go back and watch them if you don't know how to build those things. So I will be skipping the development part and go right into, for example, VectorShift. In my previous video, I've built a portal which looks really nice. And if I log in and go to my existing portals, for example, you can embed any of this chatbots or voice bots or any search functions and all of that. Now, to share this export portal, you can copy this portal link and embed the lazy way that we did, or we can embed the portal itself. We will copy that. Let me show you how a portal would look like. So this is really nice. You have a customer service chatbot that you can chat, it will also save the previous chats that you had. There is a voice assistant section that will let you interact with AI in the voice. There is a customer support form section. So all in all, having a portal and multiple assistants at that is a tremendous value for your client. And you can obviously, if you go to the branding, etc., you can change all of that. If you go to there is a way to change your logo. There is, obviously, if we want to go with the color that we have been using, that neon turquoise kind of interface, we can do that. I am trying to see if we can change the portal color to black, but I have seen a lot more options when I was deploying it the first time, but for some reason I'm not seeing it right now. No worries, I will just copy this embed code. I will go back to Bolt, and I say existing components are voice section. I want to now include a chat section in the dashboard with this embed, and I will include the embed code here, and I will paste. And what this does is it will update this dashboard section with a new a chat section also. And based on the user level, you can either display 1, 2, you can customize that further based on authentication, and there needs to be few settings that needs updating in terms of voice assistant, chat assistant. This should probably work. The reason I say that is it is a portal, right? And if we look at the actual window size and this portal window size, portal is much larger than this little guy here. What I would do ideally is I will ask them to select one of 3 options: voice, chat, and a hybrid or something, and then they can log into each thing separately. So like I said, this video is already long. I still need to show you how I would connect this with GitHub, etc., right? So it will more of be a direction instead of me doing the actual thing. Is if you go to the Supabase and home, let's go, you're still in the SaaS demo, and when you explore authentication, you go to providers, and there is a lot of providers here, so let's say GitHub is a funny one, right? We are using GitHub a lot these days, but Google, phone, Apple, LinkedIn, they still follow simple direction. So what I would do now is they are asking for a client ID, client search ID, callback URL, and there is a doc section. If you are if you are willing, you can read the docs, you can follow the direction. What I would do is I will go to Perplexity, and I will ask, I'm trying to add GitHub to my Supabase authentication. It's asking me for client ID. Can you help me set this up? And it has given me step by step what I need to do. I need to go to my GitHub account. I need to create an app, give it an app name, homepage URL, authorization, callback, so providers, all of these steps. And I did just that. I went into my GitHub profile. I go to settings, and the bottom one is developer settings, and I created an application name. I gave it a homepage URL. I have the authentication callback URL that I have gotten from this Supabase, this URL. And when I did that, and when we update the application, it will right now it will show 0 users, and all you need to do is go to Bolt and say my GitHub is functional, update that. So it will do so. I won't be covering all of that in this So I have deployed this, and if you go to the sign in and you can close it, go back, and let's make sure if the page is displaying correctly. Perfect, it is working. And if you go to sign in and we sign in with, so when I initialize login, nice. Okay, as you can see, this is working. So this is working. You can interact with it. You can have a chat. Let's see what VectorShift is doing. Oh, nice. This is not bad at all. If I can update the color scheme, that would be amazing, which I am hoping it is possible when we first use it. For example, let's see. We can minimize that and see. Hello. Yeah, I mean, we can do a lot of things. We have the voice assistant on the portal as well. We can go to voice assistant and have a chat with the voice assistant. We can start speaking. There is also, if you have a support questions, you can do so. So having portal makes a lot of sense than this. And for this account, we have added test and hello. This is perfect. And for voice assistant, we have this. I want to now, since I know this is working, I want to update this to Synthflow, right? If we go back to Synthflow and we can and create a new assistant, start from scratch, I will select a widget and I will. So this is one of the features I really love about Synthflow is we can ask AI to create a prompt for ourselves. We have been doing this for a while now, but having it included in the app itself is good. You can obviously play around with this for a little bit. I don't want to do that because this is not a Synthflow tutorial. Let's go to dashboard and update this assistant to match our branding, right? To do that, I will go to configure, and this green needs to be more like my blue. And once we have this blue, and I want to change the background color to black and button color to the blue as well. Yeah. Perfect. I like this. I want to go to Bolt. I said I want to update the voice assistant side with this embed. Ideally, you'll have to, enhancing these prompts so that you can get the best version of it. But I don't really care as long as we achieve the result right. So let's test this one last time to see. Okay, sign in. Once we hit sign in, it will ask me for email, password, authenticating, widget.synthflow. Hey, I refuse to connect. So if it's refusing to connect, then that's good with me. Final test. Perfect. I want to include this final test because once we deploy this, I want to see the final test also. Click deploy. This is the lazy deployment. Once we have a URL, and if you want to build other applications, I did a 3-hour course on Bolt recently, literally 2 weeks ago, and it has a lot more detail and a really detailed guide to go along with that. So if you want to, please do. And this is, if you can access your app using this URL, or you can go here and claim. If you want to claim this, you need to create a Netlify account and you need to add project to Netlify dashboard. I will show you what I mean. The problem with the lazy way is when you create this, and if you want to, let's say, enable visual editor, you won't be do that. It is only available for manual deploy. It is, you cannot edit your site, you cannot update the code, you won't have access to the code. So all in all, a bad deal. That's why I was deploying it using the previous method, adding to open and stack bliss, creating a repo, and all of that stuff. So let's test it one final time. It won't be saving it. Initialize login. Perfect. Hey.
Hey there, how can I assist you?
So
Hello,
what's your
thanks
name?
for reaching out. I'm Morgan. What's your name?
I'm Money.
All right, Money. What can I do for you today?
Nothing. Okay, if you go to chat assistant, we have the customer service chatbot again. We can minimize this, do our stuff. We can add, as you can see, there is a final test note being added. And now I just want to sign out. There you have it. I will update my, guide with, I've added 5 to 6 different prompts, as you can see, right? I will add all of that, and you will get the updated guide in my free school. But if you are a business owner and want to build some of these applications for your business, existing workflows, whether you are using voice assistants, chatbots, or you are a creator or community manager wanting to implement some of their stuff, please reach out. You'll find a free discovery call link below, and we can discuss that.